In this video, we'll be taking a look at 5 Major League Baseball matchups, and I'll break them all down with free winning picks so you can bet smarter and win bigger. But first, smash that subscribe button and ring the bell so you get our picks the second they drop, because when the lines move, the early birds cash in. And if you want the full winning sport picks experience, head over to wspicks.com and check out our VIP packages, or grab a free consultation with one of our professional sports consultants for the sharpest edge you'll find anywhere. That's where the real plays live. We are your bookmaker's worst nightmare. These are the games we're hammering, the ones the books can't afford you to bet. This is Winning Sport Picks. The free picks are about to drop, and they're coming in hot. We kick things off with the Miami Marlins taking on the Philadelphia Phillies. Right now, the Phillies are laying minus 1.5 on the run line at plus 145, with Miami catching plus 1.5 at minus 174. The total sits at 9, shaded slightly to the under. This is a classic late September divisional clash where the Phillies are still jockeying for playoff positioning, while Miami has fallen into spoiler territory. When the Phils are favored at home in this price range, they've covered the run line in 6 of their last 9, and historically their offense tends to open up against bottom-tier pitching. Miami's bullpen has been a liability, ranking bottom 5 in ERA over the past 30 days, which plays right into the Phillies' ability to string together crooked numbers late. The psychology here is big. Miami's motivation is questionable. Phillies is undeniable. I'm leaning with Philadelphia to cover the minus 1.5, and with that bullpen mismatch, the under 9 also has life, especially if Miami struggles to score more than a couple. Next stop, the White Sox and Yankees in the Bronx. The Yankees are laying minus 1.5 on the run line at minus 124, while Chicago grabs the plus 1.5 at plus 204. Total sits at 8.5. Now, New York's offense has been streaky, but they've dominated the Sox, winning 7 of their last 9 head-to-head and covering the run line in 5 of those. The White Sox have been a disaster on the road all year, failing to cover plus 1.5 in more than half their games as visitors. One stat I love here, Yankee starters have a 2.79 ERA at home across the last 30 days, while Chicago's road bats are averaging under 3 runs per game in that span. This is a situational edge. New York is still keeping the gas pedal down, while Chicago looks like a team just waiting for the offseason. I like the Yankees to win by margin and the under 8.5 because Chicago may not hold up their end of the scoring bargain. Then we head north for Boston against Toronto. Toronto is laying minus 1.5 at plus 114 on the run line, while Boston gets the plus 1.5 at minus 138. Total is at 8. This is a fascinating one because these teams have been trading punches in divisional matchups all year. Toronto at home has struggled to cover, sitting just 46% against the run line in this ballpark. Meanwhile, Boston has quietly been one of the best road underdogs in the league, covering the plus 1.5 in nearly 65% of those spots. The psychology here is interesting. Toronto has been favored in situations where they've consistently underperformed, while Boston plays freer with nothing to lose. With both offenses inconsistent, that total of 8 looks sharp, but unders have cashed in 6 of the last 8 meetings. Give me Boston to hang around on the run line and a lean toward the under once again. Now let's talk Mets versus Cubs. Cubs are favored minus 1.5 on the run line at plus 190, while the Mets are laying minus 1.5 at plus 240. Total sits at 7.5. Both of these teams have been erratic, but the Cubs at Wrigley late in the year have cashed unders in 8 of their last 11. Their offense tightens up against right-handed pitching, and the Mets bullpen has surprisingly held up over the past 2 weeks. Betting psychology here, the Mets are out of contention, but they're letting younger arms audition, and those young arms often pitch with more motivation than veterans mailing it in. The Cubs, however, still need every win they can get, which could lead to pressing at the plate. That often translates to unders. I like the Cubs to sneak out a close one, but the safer angle is the under 7.5. Finally, we close the slate with the Royals against the Angels. Kansas City is catching plus 1.5 at minus 150. 150, while the Angels are laying minus 1.5 at plus 174. The total sits at 9.5. This is one of those late season who still cares spots. The Angels are notorious for collapsing at the end of the year. They failed to cover the minus 1.5 in 9 of their last 11 when favored this late in the season. Meanwhile, the Royals, though bad overall, have been sneaky good against the run line on the road, covering in nearly 60% of those games. Motivation here favors Kansas City. They're a young team still playing hard, while the Angels are riddled with injuries and distractions. The betting psychology says the public will gravitate toward the Angels' name recognition, but sharps love these under-the-radar road dogs. I'll take Kansas City on the plus 1.5 and lean under 9.5, given how lifeless the Angels' bats have looked. Now listen to me, those are the free picks, but the one game I am unloading on tonight, the game that's going to crush your bookie soul, that's the VIP play of the day at WSPicks.com. This is the nuke, the hammer, the max bet, the one play I've circled, the game that will bury your bookmaker 6 feet under. When it hits, and it will, your bookie is going to need a doctor, a lawyer, and maybe even a priest. If you want to ride with me on the biggest bet of the day, get to WSPicks.com right now. So let's recap the board. I like Philadelphia to cover the minus 1.5 against Miami with the under in play. I like the Yankees by margin against the White Sox and the under in that one as well. Boston gets my nod on the plus 1.5 against Toronto with a lean under 8. Cubs and Mets should stay low scoring, under 7.5. And in the last matchup, Kansas City plus the 1.5 looks sharp, along with the under against the Angels. This is Winning Sport Picks, where we don't just bet, we bury bookmakers. Smash that subscribe button, drop your favorite plays in the comments, and hammer that like button like you're hammering your bookie into the dirt. We're cashing, we're dominating, and tonight we're dancing on the grave of your bookmaker. Let's go!